Well, as usual, I have a lot of ribs left over. I always make too much, even though I love them. We've talked about how to buy them and how to roast them, and now here's what you can do with some leftover ones. We're going to make deviled ribs. Deviled anything means spicy, and this is no exception. We're going to do them a couple of different ways. We're going to do some with a breadcrumb coating and some without. I know some people are maybe trying to be a little more gluten-free or low carb or something. You don't absolutely have to have the breadcrumb coating, but they do add a nice crunch if you're in the mood for that sort of thing. So first thing I have to do is cut apart all my leftover ribs. And sometimes there's a little bit of bone in the way, so you can cut them most of the way through and then just rip them apart. I'm going to take about a cup of cocktail sauce or ketchup or barbecue sauce. It can be your choice. I have cocktail sauce, which is basically spicy ketchup. To that, I'm going to add a good amount of hot Chinese mustard, a fair amount of Dijon mustard, I would say 2 tablespoons of each, and a good healthy bit of horseradish, if I can get this open. There we go. Also, I would say about 2 tablespoons. This is going to be very, very hot if you were going to try to eat it straight up. But remember, you're only going to use a little tiny bit on each rib. And as it bakes, a lot of the heat will go away. And we'll get that mixed up nice. You can smell the horseradish and the hot mustard heat coming up. Smells great. And I'll just use the tongs and a little paintbrush to drop the ribs into the sauce and paint them a little bit. You don't need a lot of this on the ribs, but paint them all around. If you want to bread them, into the breadcrumbs. Nice. Nice breadcrumb coating on that one. And here, we'll do one without, just so you can see what it looks like. Well, they're not beautiful, but they fit. So now, into a 350-degree oven, 325, 350, for about an hour. Well, these look unbelievable, and they smell even better. You can see the ones that were covered in breadcrumbs. It's nice and crispy, and they've gotten beautifully brown. Really fantastic. And the ones that were just plain sauced, the sauce has reduced itself to a nice glaze. It's going to be very spicy, very flavorful, but without the breadcrumbs, you don't have all the carbs. Not that there's that many. So we have deviled ribs 2 ways, breaded and not. Both fantastic, great for parties, great for football games, any other get-together.